Have you been feeling guilty about your child's screen time? Are you looking to be more thoughtful about the content that your child is engaging with online? During this video, I'm going to share 5 of my very favorite digital learning apps so you can stop feeling guilty about screen time and start feeling good about your child's learning and development. Hello, I am Alnita, founder of The Strategic Mom, and on this channel, I share tips and strategies for helping you live life more joyfully, more intentionally, and authentically while raising children who are empowered to do the same. As more daycares are closing and more schools are going virtual, many parents, like myself, are having to resort to using our iPads and tablets and smartphones and laptop computers to engage with and drive the learning and development of our children. Now, this brings up the often discussed topic of screen time. What is appropriate and how do you optimize it? Well, today I'm going to share the cardinal rule of screen time. Make it matter. Make sure the content that your child is engaging with on that screen is growing their little brain and pushing them forward and allowing them to meet the milestones and objectives that are appropriate for their grade level. I'm going to share 5 of my very favorite digital learning apps so you can do just that. But before we get started, if you have not already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that notifications bell so you can learn about the other content that I share around how you can drive your growth and development as well as your children's. First app or digital resource that I want to highlight is Starfall app or starfall.com. So Starfall app can either be accessed for free or there is a $34 paid annual membership. And with the Starfall app, there are a couple of things that I love. One is that you can access it from a lot of different digital platforms. So it has content that's adapted for iPhones or smartphones, tablets, as well as desktop or laptops. And the content covers a broad range of subjects. It can either supplement your child's literacy or mathematics curriculum that they're engaging with at school, or it can even provide, to some extent, some of that digital learning around mathematics and oral language and language arts. It's great. It has alphabets, counting, shapes, numbers, addition, subtraction, mathematics videos, other videos, songs, read-alongs, lots of content. So your child, it's kind of difficult for them to get bored. But there are a few downsides. One is that the content is not very well segmented if you don't access the website from your desktop. If you access it from your smartphone or your tablet, you may find that your child gets into a game or accesses a part of the site that is too difficult for them. Or it might be too easy for them. I know that for my daughter, there have been a couple of instances where she's opened up games and she gets frustrated because the games are not made for her age level. But in those instances, we just kind of close those out and go back to the main page, and then we can click on something that I know is better for her age group. So that's one downside of Starfall. Another is, while the alphabets are amazing in the free version, a lot of the additional content, the numbers, a lot of the content on the songs, you do have to pay for that annual subscription to access and be able to kind of engage with. So I will say that the free version is phenomenal, even if you just do nothing else but the free alphabets. They're really great for helping to reaffirm or teach your children the alphabets, the sounds, things like that. But a lot of the additional content you aren't going to be able to access unless you get that paid $34 yearly subscription. Overall, though, all in all, Starfall.com, amazing digital learning resource. It was one of my favorite resources as a kindergarten teacher. I used it as a center in my classroom. And now it's one of my favorite resources as a working mom because it's allowing my child, who is at the tender age of almost 2 years old, to really engage with content that's teaching her the foundational skills of preschool and early childhood. Next digital learning resource that I want to highlight that I am obsessed with is Kidopia. Kidopia is an app that you can access from your smartphone or your tablet, and there are a couple of different options that you have. There's a free version, which candidly gives you very limited access to their activities and their games. There is a monthly version, which is $4.99, a yearly version, which is $34.99, and a lifetime subscription, which is $44.99. So a lot of different options you have for accessing their content. What I love about Kidopia is there is so much content, people. They have so many games, so many interactive activities activities that run the gamut of literacy and oral language, mathematics and counting, to self-expression and creativity. So there's both the balance of educational activities as well as activities that drive your child's self-expression and creativity. In fact, one of my favorite apps and kind of games on that app is a game where your child can simulate cooking. So you can cook cupcakes and you can cook pizza, and they have you mix all the ingredients together and you have to stir them, have to roll out the dough, add the sauce to the pizza, add the toppings, put it in the oven, and then cut it up into your fractions. So a lot of different ways to reaffirm that learning and more of a real life yet digital solution. So I really love Kidopia for that. Run the gamut in terms of the content. Kidopia is perfect if you want something that can engage your child for an extended period of time. However, there are two downsides to Kidopia. One is similar to Starfall. The app is not very well segmented, so you just want to be conscious of what your child is engaging with so that they don't get into an activity that maybe is too difficult for them or not quite in line with their development and the stage of learning where they are. The other thing that you want to be aware of is the free version should not even be real. Like Kidopia, what you get with the free version is so limited that you shouldn't even purport to offer it. If you open up the free version, you'll see all of the games, but you can't click on anything, which is quite frustrating. So I do want to give you a heads up that in order to get the full benefit of this app, you will need to invest in either the monthly, yearly, or lifetime subscription. But overall, great site with a variety of activities that I really love. They're beautiful, they're sleek, the visuals are great. And like I said, so many different activities to keep your kid engaged, both of which are educational and also drive that creativity. So check out Kidopia. So third app that I want to highlight is ABCmouse. Similar to Starfall, I used ABCmouse when I was a kindergarten teacher and I loved it there. And now I use ABCmouse as a busy mom who's looking for something that can kind of facilitate the growth and development of my daughter. And I love it in that instance as well. So it is very versatile both for teachers as well as for moms. Now, ABCmouse has two different subscription options. There is a monthly option, which is $9.99 per month, or you can pay for the yearly option, which is $79.99 per year, which you may be thinking, girl, that's a little steep. But you get so much bang for your buck, people. ABCmouse offers a variety of games and interactive activities that cover subjects such as language arts, mathematics, music, social studies, science. And what's great about ABCmouse is it's a bit more customizable than the other apps. So you can go into your settings page and you can put in your child's age, and it will actually tailor the content that it recommends and shows based on what's age appropriate and what's appropriate for your child's stage of development, which is A+. Another thing that I love about ABCmouse is it generates progress reports for parents that tells you which activities your child has completed and how they performed on those activities, which allows you to hold yourself accountable for making sure that your child is growing and developing, they are doing the activities, and you are measuring and monitoring how they're faring. So I really love that as well about ABCmouse. Now, the one downside of ABCmouse is something that I have not experienced, but I've heard enough about for me to share it with you today, is that they allegedly don't have the best customer service. So I've heard of folks who found it hard when they had an issue with the app or they needed help to get someone live on the phone or someone to quickly address their issue. So that has been a downside that I've documented around ABCmouse. That has not been my experience, but I do want to share that with you. Overall, great app with great content. Like I said, wide variety of content from children ages 2 to around 8 years old, and it covers so many different subjects. So this is a great, supplement to whatever your child is doing in terms of school, or if they are at home and you are kind of the single steward of their learning and development, then you should definitely download ABCmouse. It can be a learning center for them the same way I use it in my classroom and help to drive that growth and development based on what's age appropriate for them. The fourth app that I want to highlight is the PBS Kids App. Yes, mamas, the same people who brought you Sesame Street and Wishbone are still driving your kids' learning and development, bringing you content at the low price of free $99. You can download the PBS Kids App on your tablet or your smartphone for free and get access to a wealth of games, activities, and learning resources where your child can learn about counting and the alphabet and numbers and all different other kind of educational objectives that are centered around their different PBS Kids characters, like Super Y or The Cat in the Hat or Daniel Tiger. So I love PBS Kids App. It's crazy how much content they're giving away for free. Now, there is one downside to the PBS Kids App, and that's that it can be a little glitchy. You may find that you have some slow loading times, or there's time when the audio does not match up with the video. But friends, It's free. Like, they're giving you all this content for free, so you really can't complain. So definitely check out the PBS Kids app. I found that Zoe likes it, my daughter, and I love it as well. So you should definitely check it out and see if your little bit likes it. All right. The number 5 app that I would like to recommend for you is the Hungry Caterpillar Play School app. Now, this app is really perfect for those people who are fans of Eric Carle. I know my family is. My daughter loves the Very Hungry Caterpillar, and it's featured in a lot of its different activities and games, which she loves. There are 2 options for the Hungry Caterpillar Play School app. You can start and try the app for free, but it will ultimately prompt you to either, sign up for the monthly or the yearly membership. The monthly membership, which I have, is $9.99 per month. The yearly membership is $49.99 per year. Well worth it because there is so much rich content in areas such as numbers, letters, shapes, colors, matching, all of those foundational early childhood skills that you are trying to figure out fun ways to reinforce in your child. They're covered in this app. Another great thing about this app and a benefit of the Hungry Caterpillar Play School app is for each of their activities and games, they offer almost like a parental instruction guide that tells you how you can continue that learning offline, how you can continue to reinforce these concepts with your child when they're not on their iPad or on their tablet, but when you're just working with them one-on-one, which I think is a really real benefit of the app. So I will say that one downside of this app is it doesn't have as much content as some of the other apps that I mentioned, but in this case, it's sort of about quality over quantity. Even though it doesn't have as many games and as many activities as some of the other apps that I mentioned, the quality of the games that it does have are very, very high. So definitely check out the Hungry Caterpillar Play School app. Now, I could have just stopped there, but I can't. I like you too much. I also want to give you 3 of my honorable mentions. So in addition to my top 5 digital learning resources that I've already mentioned, which are Starfall app, Kidopia app, ABCmouse, PBS Kids, and the Hungry Caterpillar Play School, there are also 3 honorable mentions of digital learning resources that didn't quite make the cut, but are still really, really well done and resources that I use. The first is Elmo Loves ABCs. This app really reinforces a lot of those basic literacy concepts around letters and sounds and words. And what I love about it is if your child is a Sesame Street fan, it integrates those interactive games around the alphabet and sounds with the videos from Sesame Street around the letter of the day. So really well done. It's $4.99, or you can try out the light version for free. But that's one of my favorites is Elmo Loves ABCs. The second honorable mention is Fish School. So this app is completely free, which again, anything that's free is like easy to try and figure out if your kid likes it or not. And Fish School has a number of really basic but engaging activities around numbers, letters, and colors. So Fish School is another honorable mention that I want to give a shout out to. The third honorable mention is not an app, but it's a musical learning show that you can either access via YouTube or your smart television on your smart TV, whether it be your Amazon Fire Stick or your Apple TV, and it's called Super Simple Songs. Super Simple Songs is perfect for those wee bits, those toddlers, that early learning development, to help them start to gather those concepts around words, letters, numbers, using music. So my daughter has been a huge fan of Super Simple Songs. I mean, the songs are really well done, and they cover so much educational content that we really love it in our household, and I hope you do too. So to recap, top 5 learning resources are Starfall, Kidopia, ABCmouse, PBS Kids, and the Hungry Caterpillar Play School. And our 3 honorable mentions are Elmo Loves ABCs, Fish School, and Super Simple Songs. Drop a comment below and let me know, did you find this helpful? And what are some other apps that you are using to drive your children's learning and development using tablets, smartphones, and other digital resources and mediums? Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to hear more content, you want more, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the notifications bell, because I have a lot more to come. Thank you for checking me out again. This is Alnita with The Strategic Mom. Peace, love, and intentionality.